Everyone, I have a Circuit and Tabata class for you today that is going to focus on upper body and core. It's an express version of our Circuit and Tabata class, so it's just one strength circuit, one Tabata. For equipment, you're going to want a set of heavy-ish weights. I'm using 15s, and then a set of pretty light weights. I'm using 5s. If you're new to this class structure, for the strength circuit, I give you 5 exercises. You do them each for 45 seconds with 15 seconds of transition time in between. You then rest for 30 seconds before repeating. In total, we complete 4 sets of the circuit. For the Tabata, I give you 2 exercises. It's kind of like our cardio finisher. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off for 8 times. In between the 2, I'll give you a full minute to recover, and I'll give you a preview of the upcoming exercises. Anytime there's jumping involved, I'll have a low impact modification playing, but for most of this class, no jumping, so your best way to modify is just go lighter with your weights. We're going to start class with a guided warm-up. We'll finish with a guided cool-down. You don't need your weights for the warm-up. Let's start in tabletop and we'll make our way up to stand. So we're going to start with a cat-cow, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. As you inhale, we're going to find spinal extension, tailbone up to the ceiling, gaze shifts up. As you exhale, you round your spine up to the ceiling, push the mat away, fill the space between your shoulder blades. Inhale, extension. Exhale, flexion. And then from here, I want you to elongate the spine through neutral and shift your hips back about 6 inches to take some weight out of your wrists. You're going to take the back of your left hand to your forehead, and as you inhale, we're going to open twist, and as you exhale, you're going to close the twist, bringing that left elbow towards your right forearm. Inhale and open. Exhale, twist. So we're mobilizing through that mid-spine here. One more time this side. And then we're going to come through center and just switch sides. So back of the right hand to your forehead. Inhale, open, twist to the right. Exhale, close it to the left. One more. We're going to come through center, shift back forward so you're in a tabletop and tuck your toes under. We're going to move slowly with our breath, lifting and lowering the knees. So I want you to inhale here to prepare, and then as you exhale, I want you to feel that bracing sensation through the abdominal wall, and I want you to lift your knees to a 2-inch hover. And as you inhale, you're just going to lower the knees back down. Exhale, lift. Inhale to lower. Next time you lift up, you're going to hold. From here, I want you to start to retract and protract to the scapula. So it's a small movement. We're gliding the shoulder blades across our back, pushing the floor away as they protract and separate from each other, and then retracting, letting them glide in towards each other. Give me 3 more. Your arms are staying straight. 2 more. Last time. And then from here, you're going to lift the hips up, pressing your heels to the floor towards a down dog, and then just bend the knees back to that bear plank. So opening up through the backs of the legs here. It's an upper body and core focused class, but we will do some work standing, and we want to be open through the backs of our legs before we get to those positions. Next time you lift those hips up, I want you to pause. I want you to interim your hands in towards your feet. Vertebrae by vertebrae, we're going to roll up to stand. Arms are going to come overhead. We're going to do a hip hinge with a sweep. So as the hips slide back, the arms sweep back. And as we come upright, the arms go overhead without flaring open through the ribs. We're going to hold in that hinge position and do a reverse fly in 3, 2, 1. Hold the hinge position, palms facing towards each other, and you're going to glide those arms open. We're going to turn this into arm circles. In 3, 2, 1. Take it to arm circles, up overhead, out to the side. We're doing these in a hinged position to really establish that connection to our mid-back. Switch direction of your circles. I'm going to give you a preview of our first circuit in 2 and 1. Here's a preview. First up, we're going to do a windmill with a rotation, and I want you to practice this one with me. We're going to do it with the heavy weight in our bottom hand, light weight in our top hand, but it's a little funky, so let's try it body weight. So we're going to mirror me. You're going to have your right foot pointing forward and your left foot pointing to the side, and then your arms one up, one down. We're going to look at that top arm. Now you're going to slide your hip over to the right, unlocking through this left knee, and we're going to start to slide down into our windmill. Keep your gaze on that top arm. Now we're only going as low as we can, maintaining a long neutral spine. If you're rounding forward, you've gone too low. So maybe you just come down about halfway. Then we're going to rotate, sweeping the hands in towards each other as if we were going to clap our hands. Maintain that length, don't round. We open back up, and then we engage the obliques to come to the top, okay? So that's what that exercise looks like. Second exercise is going to be a wood chop. You're going to be in a split lunge position. You bring the weight from outer hip to shoulder. 3 of those, and on the third one, you release your hands, single arm shoulder press. We're going to continue focusing on that one arm, but widening our kneeling lunge stance. And from there, we're going to be in a hinged position, 2 bicep curls. And then we're going to do a hammer curl as we come upright through the torso, racking it on our shoulders. Hinge forward, curl, curl, hammer curl, racking it to your shoulder. From there, we're going to grab both heavy weights and come to stand. It's going to be a wide row to an upright row. Wide, upright, adding in that hinge of the torso. To finish, we get our light weights because it's shoulder work and our arms are going to be extended. It's going to be a lateral raise. You slide through center, front raise, slide it wide, lateral raise, just alternating. If you need to modify any of those, go lighter with the weights. 45 seconds an exercise. Let's do it. So we will start with the light weight in our right hand, the heavy weight in our left hand, okay? So you'll be nearing me. So I want your right toes to point forward. You take a stance wider than your hips, and then the left toes point to the left. That left hand is on the inside of that thigh. Right arm up to the ceiling. We're going to start with our windmill, adding in that rotation. So look up at that top weight. So we're going to start to slide down, send your hips back, only go as low as you can, maintaining a long spine. We are going to rotate, stay open through the chest. Rotation comes from the mid-spine. We open up, and then on an exhale, engage through your right side obliques to bring yourself up to the top. We lower down. We rotate. Now, if adding in the rotation is not working for you, just do the windmill down and up, okay? I care more that you get that motion down before you add in the rotating. Okay, so we're going to ditch the lightweight. You're going to keep the heavy one, and we're going to come into a split lunge position with your right foot forward, left knee down. So I want you to grip the weight in your right hand and wrap the left over it, okay? We're going to do wood chop 3 times, and then it's a single arm shoulder press. So on the third one, bring it to your shoulder, press it overhead. So there's a hinging of my torso and a little rotation. I'm not rounding my shoulders forward, so kind of similar idea to what we were just doing. 1, 2. On the third one, release your left hand, single arm press on the right. Okay, now from here, I just want you to take your right foot, step it out at an angle so we're in this wide stance. Slide the hips back slightly so we're hinging forward. You're going to do 2 bicep curls, think to the opposite shoulder. And then on the third one, it's going to be a hammer curl, and we're going to come upright through the torso, okay, stacking it on our shoulder, hinge, bring it down. So it's a crossbody curl, and it's a hammer curl, engaging through the core as you come up, lower down. Stay open through the chest. Woo, okay, now we're going to need both weights. We're going to come to stand, wide row and a hinge, upright row. So palms facing towards you, open through the chest, slide the hips back. We're in a hinge position. It's a wide row. And then it's an upright row as you drive through the glutes, brace through the core and come upright. Lower the arms and then hinge. So it's one movement to the top. It's two on the bottom. First do the arms, then hinge the hips. I love this exercise. It's so challenging for me. So it should take you longer to lower the arms out of that upright row than to lift them up. So saying explosive, control it down. All right, let's switch to our light weights. Going to finish with some shoulder work. It's going to be a lateral raise. They're going to feel real nice after the heavy ones. Lateral raise, holding them at shoulder height, slide them forward, lower them down in front. And then it's a front raise, slide them wide, lower them down. Unlock through your knees, brace through your core so we have a neutral pelvis. And if it helps you, you can always stagger your stance if that helps you keep the work out of the lower back. Don't rush that slide, open and closed. And rest. Okay, take 30 seconds. So we're going to go through that. Those first three exercises where we isolate one side, we're just going to switch which side we are focused on. So we'll start with that windmill. Right hand will have the heavy weight. Left hand will have the light one. So right hand has your heavy weight. So you're going to take your right foot, step it out, and angle it out. Left foot points forward. Left arm up towards the ceiling. We're going to pop our hips over to the left. Let's go. Windmill it down, maintaining a long spine. We rotate. We open up like a reverse fly, sort of, with that top arm. And then we bring ourselves up to the top. Again, you can eliminate the rotation if it's not working for you. And if you do that, you can also opt not to hold the weight in your top arm. Maybe you just hold it in the bottom. Look up at that top weight. It's going to help you stay stable through this top shoulder. Whew. Okay, keep the heavy weight, ditch the light one. We are going to come down into a split lunge position. So from here, we have our left foot forward. Your left hand is going to grab the weight, right wraps around it. It's going to be 3 wood choppers. And on the third one, we release our right hand, single arm press on the left. So it's hinge and a tight rotation, hinge and a tight rotation. Okay, now I want you to take this left foot. You're going to step it out wide to the side, okay? Going to hinge forward. It's going to be that cross curl, 2 of those, and then hammer as we come upright. So you're going to curl to your right shoulder, curl across to your right shoulder, come upright through the torso, rack the weight on your shoulder, bracing through the core. Hinge it. Now, as best you can, try not to swing your whole body to do the bicep curl. Really isolate the work in the arm. Easier said than done. This is a challenging weight for me for bicep curls, but it's good. I need to challenge myself. I'm guilty of not pushing myself hard enough with upper body work. I admit it. It's my least favorite muscle group to work. Okay, now we're going to come to stand. You're going to need both heavy weights, wide row, upright row. So palms facing towards you. I'll do it from the side just to give you a different angle. Slide the hips back, stay open through the chest. Wide row, drive through the glutes and the core, upright row. Lower the arms, hinge. Explosive on the way up, a little slower and controlled on the way down. When you do that wide row in the hinge, focus on retracting the shoulder blades. I don't care so much about how high up the elbows get. I care more about where the movement is originating. Your scapula. Keep those weights close to your body on the upright row, like you're zipping up a jacket. Woo, okay, find the light ones. Shoulder work, lateral raise, slide, front raise. The 15 seconds are more transition time than rest. So get into it, and then if you don't need all 15 seconds to recover, I want you to start the next exercise. If you do need 15 seconds of rest, you take it. We'll get a full minute to rest when we hit the halfway point, which will be right after this exercise. And rest. Okay, take a full minute here. I want you to have an ample recovery time so that you can continue challenging yourselves with the weight choices, okay? There's definitely an element of endurance challenge to these because it's 45 seconds of work, just 15 seconds of rest. But if it's too much of an endurance challenge, then we don't prioritize weight. We usually go a little lighter. Today, I want you to be able to stay heavy for you, whatever that means. All right, so we're going to start from the top. That minute goes by quick. We're going to have our light weight in our right hand, heavy weight in our left hand, right toes point forward, left toes point to the side. Widest stance, you're going to be unlocked through this left knee, okay? Right leg can be straight or slightly unlocked as well. Let's go. We windmill. You lower down. We close with control. We open back up. We exhale, engaging through the right side obliques to bring ourselves up to the top. Again, you're only going as low as you can without rounding through your upper spine. So maybe you just slide down until this left hand hits the top of your shin or mid shin. Okay, ditch the lightweight. Right foot is going to be forward, left knee is going to be down. Grab the weight with your right hand and then left wraps around it so that we can easily remove it. 3 wood choppers. And on the third one, you're going to release that left hand, single arm shoulder press on the right. So it's a hinge and a tight rotation of that torso on the wood chopper, upright, bracing through the core on the shoulder press. Okay, so now we're going to take this right foot and you're going to step it out at about a 45-degree angle. We're going to hinge at the torso but stay open through the chest. And you can have this arm against the inside of your thigh, but don't rest it on top of it, okay? Bicep curl across towards this left shoulder, 2 of those. And then a hammer curls, we rack the weight to our shoulder, brace through the core. So do this on an exhale. Come upright, you fire through the glutes, brace through the core. Hinge it, bring it back. Woo! Those last couple bicep curls were getting tough. Both heavy weights, upright row, hinged wide row. Palms facing towards you. Roll those shoulder blades back so we're open through the chest, but brace to the core. Wide row, upright row. Slowly return. Rest, or transition, I should say. Switch to those light weights, shoulder work. Let's go. Lateral raise, slide it, front raise. If it's too much doing both arms at the same time, then just do one at a time, okay? While the other one rests. You go that side, and then the other. Otherwise, both arms together. And rest. Take 30 seconds. Ditch those weights and kind of wiggle out through your fingers. I know grip strength can be a challenge. All right, so we just got to go through these exercises one more time. Other side will be the focus for the first 3. We got this. So the heavy weight is going to go in your right hand. The light weight is going to go in your left hand. You're going to take your right foot and you're going to pivot it so it points out to the right. Left toes point forward. You're going to look up at the top weight. We say open through our chest. Windmill, rotation. Think reverse fly with that top arm as you rotate open. Exhale, engage to the left side obliques to drag yourself up to the top.
And I'm just going to have to switch to a voiceover for the last part of this circuit. Something was off with my mic. I apologize. It's kind of good I'm doing a voiceover for this exercise. It's been brought to my attention that I say the word windmill weird. Windmill. I don't know how you're supposed to say it. So apologize every time I include this exercise in a workout. I say it weird. Get over it. Last few seconds here. Okay, and now we're going to ditch the lightweight. I'm just going to grab a pillow because I'm babying one of my knees here. And you're going to have your left foot forward, come down onto your right knee. And your left hand is going to grip the weight, right wraps around it so that you can release it. We're going to do 3 wood choppers. And on that third one, you release the right hand, single arm press on the left. So you're mirroring me. It's a hinge of the torso with a tight rotation through the mid-spine, but we are not rounding forward. So think open through the chest, rotation through the waist. All right, now we're going to take that left foot, you're going to step it out wide at like a 45-degree angle, and we're going to do those bicep curls. So think about bringing your left fist towards your right shoulder, 2 of those, and then a hammer curl, racking that weight on the shoulder as you fire through the glutes, brace through the core, and come upright through the torso. Hinge it for the curl. All right, so we're going to come to stand now. We're going to need both weights. Last exercise using both heavies, okay? Or using heavies, period. It's going to be that wide row in a hinge position and then the upright row. So you exhale, think of retracting the shoulder blades together. So I don't care so much about how high up your elbows get on that wide row. I care more about where the movement is originating with your scapula. It's a powerful movement on the way up, and then slowly resist on the way down. Slowly is the wrong word, but it's going to take longer to lower the weights than to lift them up. Make sure when you come up, you brace through the core and fire through your glutes so that we don't dump into the lower back. All right, put those heavy weights down. We are done with them. We're going to switch to our light weights, lateral raise, slide, front raise. If you need 15 seconds to recover, take it. If you don't need it, get right into the exercise, okay? If you notice that you're leaning back and feeling tension in your lower back, then I want you to take that staggered stance so the ball of one foot will just plant a little behind you like a kickstand. And done. You have a minute to recover. I'm going to show you a preview of our Tabata.
We're going to use our light weights for our Tabata, but you could always modify by doing body weight only. First up, we have kind of a punching theme going on, okay? So first up, it's going to be a press jack and then a punch jack right and left. Press, punch right, punch left. To keep that one low impact, it would just be a step jack instead, going side to side like that. Second exercise, a little bit of core work. We're going to be in a boat pose position. You're going to twist and punch right and left, full body crunch. Punch, punch, full body crunch. To modify that one, instead of doing the full body crunch, just stay in your V-sit position, twist and punch. You can even do it with your heels down instead of out of hover. All right, 20 on, 10 off, 8 times, and then we cool down. Let's do it. All right, you're going to grab those light weights, or you can do it body weight. If you're doing it body weight, you would just make fists, okay, with the punching. Jumping jacks to start, it's overhead, punch right and left. Let's go. You got to brace through the core as you do this. Rest, come down to the mat. All right. Roll to the back of your sitting bones, out of hover, punch, punch, crunch. Let's go, twist, twist. Lower, exhale up, twist, twist. Keep your gaze at the knees with a gentle nod of the chin on that crunch so that you don't strain your neck. Rest, come to stand. Ooh. Almost didn't make it up. Jacks, overhead, twist. twist and punch. Or not really a twist, but you know what I mean. Rest, come down to the mat. V-sit, crunch, crunch, or sorry, punch, punch, crunch. Go. Halfway there, come up to stand. Go. Rest, come down to the mat. Scoop through the lower abdominals. Twist, twist, crunch. Woo, come up to stand. Final set. 2 20-second pushes, then we cool it down. Go. Woo, come down to the mat, final 20. Cool downs on the other side. You got this. Punch, punch, crunch. And done. Awesome work. You can put the weights down. I'm going to bring you through a quick cool down. Shut off my timer. Ooh. So we can come to a kneeling position. And from here, let's interlace the fingers, flip the palms, press them forward. And then I just want you to round forward, opening up through that mid-back and breathe into that space. And then stacking the spine up tall, bring your arms overhead and just give me a little side-to-side bend. Right and left, right and left. One more to either side. And then we're going to switch the interlace. So I want you to bring the hands behind your back, press the knuckles away, and then lift the arms up. Nice stretch for the front of the shoulders. From here, let's release the interlace and bring your hands down to the mat in a tabletop position. We're going to take a thread the needle stretch. So take your left arm, weave it under the right, cheek to the mat, and then walk this right arm forward. And then walking this right hand in. We're going to come through tabletop, other side. Right weaves under left, and left walks forward. Walking your left hand in. We can come through center, separate your knees, bum back to the heels, flip the palms up to the ceiling, and let's just finish with a child's pose, forehead to the mat. Take a couple breaths here. can walk your hands in when you're ready. That is your class. Awesome job today. I'll see you next time.